Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd, and I like Star Trek. I don't love it as much as I love Star Wars, but I really do like my Trek. It has been a part of my life almost as long as Star Wars has. I have been watching since I was single-digit little lad. You can see it right there behind me. There's my TNG complete series on Blu-ray. I got my original movies on the shelf right there, and one day I hope they release DS9 and Blu-ray because I'd really like to have that on physical media as well. So I'm kind of good on my Star Trek, but some people aren't. Some people have just found out yesterday that Paramount Plus doesn't have real Star Trek on it anymore, because let's be honest, JJ Trek, Kurtzman Trek, the Kelvin timeline, that's not Star Trek. So they just found out that Paramount has moved it all off, and where is it gone? It's all on HBO Max now. Now, is that a precursor to possibly the merger that may happen this year or next year? We don't know. It probably means nothing. Let's be honest. Licenses move around all the time. Things jump around on streaming services. That's kind of the point. Things jump around on streaming services. Never rely on renting something forever. Buy physical media. You'll never get caught not having your favorite thing. But that's not my entire point for this video. While I will harp on it a bit, my real point in this is it's very easy to spot a real fan from a fake fan. I talk about that a lot in my videos and streams. Real fans versus fake fans. How do you know? Sometimes it's real easy to spot when they destroy the original to push the usurper. What am I saying? Let's go to the Mary Sue. I don't often go here because what does the Mary Sue even offer me in terms of content except to mock it? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to mock it and show you the perfect example of a fake fan. Rachel Leishman. Now that only the Kelvin verse, nobody calls it the Kelvin verse, first of all. It's the Kelvin timeline. Nobody says Kelvin verse. I've never heard that. Not even from the detractors like myself. It's just the Kelvin timeline. Now that only the Kelvin verse Star Trek movies are available on Paramount Plus, maybe you'll see things my way. We're going to read the whole thing, and then I'm going to point out why this is a fake fan, a paid shill to push shit that you don't like and you know is bad. Let's read through this. Finally, my time has come. You will all be forced to appreciate the Kelvin movies. I'm not going to say Kelvinverse. I am not going to say that. My plan is working, and you will all soon love my favorite Star Trek movies. That's what you get for being mean. To be fair, you can still stream the original Star Trek movies. They're just no longer on Paramount Plus, the home of the franchise. Hilarious to think about it like that, but it's weird that the home of Trek does not have the original Star Trek movies on its platform. What it does have are the movies starring Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, and Carl Urban. Yes, you can still watch magic that is Star Trek Beyond to your heart's content. The Kelvin movies, aptly named because they exist in an alternate timeline, started with the 2009 Star Trek from director Jar Jar Abrams, the destroyer of franchises, and gave us a new crew of the Enterprise. They are beautiful, and getting to see their adventures is extremely necessary in the world of Trek. Also, who doesn't want to see more Leonard Nimoy as Spock? Point is, these movies rule, and we have been stuck in limbo about whether this franchise will continue for years, and it has sucked. I just want more of my Enterprise. Notice the theme, the tone of this. We'll get back to it in a second. It's important to me that we all rally behind this franchise and demand a Star Trek 4. It's easy enough reason for us to rally behind the idea now. To be fair, the Star Trek movies move around often, typically yearly, and we have to just kind of figure out which streaming service they've landed on. So why not spend this time without the original films on Paramount Plus with the Kelvin team? Okay, fine. You can still watch the original movies online if you're so inclined. Currently, the original films, like Star Trek the Motion Picture, The Wrath of Khan, or if you're feeling like saving some whales, The Voyage Home, again, notice the tone, are available on Max. Why do they shuffle around? That's a conversation for someone with a contract in their hand and not me. Then why bring it up? Personally, I think it is interesting, given the conversation surrounding a rumored Max and Paramount Plus merger, that this is happening right now. But hey, at least it means those who love Star Trek and don't have Max will be forced to watch the Kelvin movies if they want to watch any Trek movies at all. In defense of my steadfast love for the Kelvin movies and what looks like my hatred for the original movies, but I do have a deep love for them as well. Again, we're going to come back to that. I just want more of this universe. We have been experiencing an influx of love for Trek recently, and it has been so much fun being a fan of this world, and I just want the movies I enjoy to get some of that love too, especially since we've been teased with a possible Star Trek 4 for so long, and I want that movie to include the whales. You sensing the theme yet? So you could still watch the original Star Trek movies, but maybe give the Kelvin ones a chance? And we're going to leave it on her right here. There she is. There's Rachel Leishman. She, her, assistant editor at the Mary Sue. Writer her whole life, probably all 20 years of it. Starting back in 2016, who loves all things movies, TV, and classic rock. Resident Spider-Man expert. Oh, I'd love to put her up against me or my boy Dre or another real Spider-Man comic fan to see how much of a expert she is. Blah, 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 whatever. She's an idiot. Oh, she loves Pedro Pascal. I bet she calls him daddy somewhere. But there she is, Rachel Leishman. Did you notice the theme throughout this whole article? Wasn't very long, only about 5-6 paragraphs in all, maybe 7. But did you notice the theme? You have to like what I like. And I'm going to constantly demean the original instead of trying to actually defend my movie. I'm going to talk down about whales. I'm going to talk down about everything real Star Trek and tell you it's bad in order to lift up the Kelvin timeline. She doesn't once here actually make an argument about why the Kelvin timeline is so good. Not once. All she does is demean actual Star Trek while claiming to be a fan of it. This is what I wanted to bring up when looking at this. This is what hate and fake looks like. This is what a shill looks like. They don't love the actual franchise. They love what pushes agenda. They love garbage. Now, you can like JJ Trek. You can like the Kelvin timeline, but they're not Star Trek. You could take every single Star Trek element out of it, and it still works as a mediocre, average science fiction movie, all of them. In the end, this is what I talk about all the time. We cannot cede the ground to these fake fans, to these stans, these shills.
We've made too many compromises already, too many retreats. They invade our space, and we fall back.
There is no passion in any of her word salad here. It's all fluff, no substance, no soul. I doubt she has watched a single episode of the original series. Probably maybe a little bit of TNG, and I really doubt she watched any DS9 or Voyager. But she loves her Kelvin timeline, but can't defend it. Can't tell us why it's great. Because if this was somebody who really was a fan of anything, this whole thing wouldn't have been an attack on real Star Trek and complaining about, why don't you like what I like? It would have been, this is why this is great. This is why I think it works. Because that's what a real fan does. When we defend something, we work real hard to tell you why. We'll go full nerd autism on you. And we will tell you in excruciating minutia detail why this is great. But no, you don't see that here. You don't. And that's why, in the end,
I will make them pay for what they've done.
We don't let them take the ground we own as the true passionate fans, because we were here first. And we will be here when they're long gone. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube. We're able to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny stan, fake fan, and SJW fifis. Hit the notification button so my videos you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, leave a comment. Love to hear from the real passionate fan like you. I care what you think. I do not care what the fake fan stands and SJWs have to say, because 201, they're all cowards behind keyboards. And I love pointing it out. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at therandnerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows, at @therandnerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.